show some kindness to somebody.
That's right. What you say? That's right. That's what he does.
Intentionally. You should plan to do it.
My God.
Who am I going to show kindness today? Anybody remember when the Boy Scouts were told to help older people across the street?
That's good.
Teaching young men how to intentionally do good.
Do good.
Amen. Amen.
I love it.
They have a commercial where there's some people on a bus, and this young man says to this young lady, you can have my seat. Intentionally. I was reading a story the other day where this woman had two children. One was an infant, and the other one just a few years older. And she was on an airplane, and she was having difficulties trying to feed her infant with a bottle and strap in her other child. So this man got up and asked her, could he assist her? And she said yes. So he held her infant while she buckled in her child, gave the infant back, and then he took out a coloring book and colored with her other child through the whole flight. And that's not the end of the story.
My God. That's all right.
They had a connecting flight. And lo and behold,
Come on, Lord.
the mother looks up and there he is again. He says, if you need my help, I'm here. True story.
That's all right.
Intentional kindness.
Yes. My God. Help us, Lord.
And I said, in today's world, mama not going to give her child up to nobody. But there'll come a time that you can trust people. And there's a time going to come you're going to have to trust somebody.
That's right, Pastor.
Intentional kindness. Now, we all can look back in our past and maybe even this morning somebody showed some kindness unto us.
Yes. Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
I was 20 years old on the job. And at that particular time, I was working out of a pool on the job. There were men and women that had been hired, and they would send you here and send you there as a laborer at the Arco refinery. And so I was sent to the labor department where most of the contractors, subcontractors worked. And they had jackhammers and they was digging up asphalt, trying to find leaks and then lay new asphalt down, and I was assisting. And so the foreman, name is the late Jack Hoare, called me aside and says, get in my truck, I'm gonna take you for a ride. I said, okay. I went for a ride. He took me to a place where it was job posted on the bulletin board for the job. He says, you need to apply for this job. I said, really? I ain't know nothing about it. I says, okay, I'll do it. God looking out for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
There was a test to take, passed the test. I ended up working there 36 years. And at least 34 years in that one place. And intentional kindness. He didn't have to do that. I don't know if he knew the Lord or not. Because I wasn't even walking with the Lord. But the Lord placed it back in my spirit. Remember that?
That was some intentional kindness.
Intentional kindness. And he would come by and check on me every now and then. How are you doing? I said, I'm doing fine. I didn't know what this job entailed, but I fit in. He says, I thought that you would. Intentional kindness.
Intentional kindness.
Now, he didn't just do it for me. He did it for others before me and after me.
Yes, Lord. My God.
So we need to show some intentional, need to plan
Yeah.
on showing kindness to people.
Amen.
In our text today, in 2 Samuel, David had been given the throne as the king of all Israel. He was first given the throneship of Judah and later became king of all Israel. But he couldn't receive it until after the death of Saul.
Right.
Because Saul was still the king of Israel until he died. And David had the heart of God. He knew he was anointed to be king from Samuel, but he would not press himself or press the issue, you know, I'm really the king.
Right.
You know, Samuel came by my father's house and came there to anoint one of his sons, one of my brothers as king. And lo and behold, I wasn't even in the midst. But Samuel said, go fetch it.
Come on, tell the story.
I was out tending the sheep.
Right.
And that was just preparing me to be the king.
Yeah.
Because sheep represent people. And God anointed him.
Yes.
But David had times that he could have taken Saul's life and would not do it.
Yes.
Even though Saul would take his life in a moment.
Yeah.
Only because of jealousy.
Yeah.
One time they went out to war, they came back and the words was being said that Saul killed his 1,000, but David his 10,000. And because King Saul was a people person and not a God person,
Come on.
he tended to let man lead him instead of God leading him. He got puffed up and angry. Oh yeah, really? So you think of David more than you think of me?
Right.
As Christians,
Yeah.
we're not in competition with nobody. Because what God has for you is for you.
Thank you, Lord.
Whatever path he wants to lead you to get what he has for you, that's up to him. He's in charge.
Yes, he is.
Amen.
We're not in competition. I don't have to preach better than nobody. All I have to do is preach. Man don't have no rewards to give me. So Saul and his son Jonathan had died in war. And everybody in Saul's kingdom under his leadership was against David. Except Jonathan,
Yeah. That's right.
the king's son.
Right. Tell the story.
And Jonathan and David loved one another so much, like biological brothers.
Yes.
And Jonathan and David made a covenant with each other. And Jonathan asked David, when you take the throne, because it's yours. My father don't want you to have it, but it's yours. As I paraphrase. Because nothing can stop God. I want to be on the Lord's side. I'm praying for my father, but I want to be on the Lord's side. I know my father is the leader, but I want to be on the Lord's side. David, he asked David to remember him.
That's right. Yes.
And his family. Yes. To make sure that they would be taken care of.
Yes.
So when David got the news that they were dead, he says in verse 3, as I paraphrase, is there anyone still yet alive? Saul, his enemy, in his family, in my enemy's family.
Come on. My God. Come on, break it out.
The one who wanted to take my life.
Yeah.
The one who would lie on me, gossip about me, had no good thing to say about me. I just want to know one thing. Is there anyone left yet in his family that I may show the kindness of God? The kindness of God. The only kindness that you can get from God. Now the Amplified says it like this. The king said, is there not still someone of the house of Saul whom I may show the unfailing, unsought, unlimited mercy and kindness of God?
Come on now.
Don't you remember where God found you?
Yes.
And he intentionally showed us kindness.
Yes.
That kind of kindness was the kindness that can't fail. What do you mean it can't fail? What I'm saying is that it's the kindness that will last forever. And whatever that kindness is set out to do, it will prevail.
Yes.
It will do it will do the work that it's supposed to do. Kindness draws people. Kindness makes friendship. Kindness speaks of good things about people. Because of kindness. And it says here that he has a son, Ziba. The servant says, yes, he has a son, but he's lame. He can't do you no good. Both feet. Not just one, but for both. Because when the private nurse that he had when he was born, the nurse got news that Saul and Jonathan had died. So there's a few years that had passed through here from scripture to scripture. In haste, she dropped the infant. And the infant was Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, which means shameful. She dropped the child, and the child became lame. Never walked. Wherever he had to go, somebody had to get him. And verse 4 says, and the king said, where is he? He says, well, and Ziba says, well, he's in Lodabar. He's in Lodabar. What are you doing over there? He was in hiding. The reason why he was in hiding, because he had found out that his father and grandfather was dead. Now David is going to take over, and the custom was when you take over, you kill everybody that's connected to the previous king. So they can't rise up against you. Kill a dog, the cat, everything. So he was in hiding. And what does that say? Spiritually, the word is telling us were just like Mephibosheth. We were in hiding.
We was in hiding. Oh, Lord.
We was in hiding. And what was that place called? The Holy Spirit.
Oh, my God. We was hiding there.
What was the name of that hotel right up here in Carson? Ramada Inn.
Hiding up there too.
Oh, I got a smile, so somebody remember. We was in hiding. We feared coming to God. But God sent for us.
Yes, He did. He sent for us. Thank you.
No matter where you were, God found us.
Yes, He did.
We wasn't seeking God, but He was seeking us.
Yes.
And when it came time, the Holy Spirit did His job on us by prompting us not to stop just coming to church, but do something about it. Allow the Lord to do something in your spirit. I don't know about you, but I got saved before I got to the church. It was just a place for me to go and let everybody know what had already taken place. When the invitation went out, I was already saved. Because God sent a servant after me and asked me, was I saved? I said, when I was baptized, he said, that's not what I asked you. I was on the job, cutting gaskets. And this on fire Christian, filled with the Holy Ghost, came to me for a part. But before he left, he showed some intentional kindness. I need to know, are you saved? And I said, well, since you put it like that, I may not be. So give me your hand. So do you want to be? I said, there's some things in my life that I need to straighten. You can't straighten nothing out. Nobody but the Holy Ghost. Give me your hand. And he said a prayer for me. And before I knew it, I was asking my co-workers, are you saved? Let me be on, because I'll shout when we do this. So David fetched it. Like the Holy Spirit came after us. And when Jonathan got to the king, he told him, don't fear. Don't fear. I got good news for you. Everything that the devil took from you, I'm going to restore it and give you more. I know you're lame in your feet, but I'm going to give you restoration. I'm going to restore you. I'm going to give you inheritance. I have a living trust in front of me. And it reads, Mephibosheth, all that your father owned, you have it now. But I can't work. I'm lame in both feet. Zayla, you have sons, 15 of them, and you got servants. You go out, work for him. Bring in the crops, bring in the fruit, make sure that his family is taken care of. But as far as for him, don't worry about him. He's gonna eat at my table. I'm gonna make him as one of my sons. I hope you get this. When God reached down, snatched us out of that lame situation we were walking lame, was good for nothing, like a dead dog. But God says, you are worth it. You are somebody. I'm gonna make you somebody. I'm gonna pick you up, turn you around. I'm gonna give you what you think you lost. I'm gonna add to it. You didn't have peace, it's all yours. You didn't have joy, it's all yours. My grace, faith, unspeakable joy. You got it. You got it. It's yours. It's yours. You're no longer spiritually sick. You are now restored. Eat at my table. Jesus told his disciples when he took the communion, I won't drink it again until I meet with you in my Father's house. You can sit down with Abraham, with Isaac. We'll dine together. Paul said over in Ephesians 1:3, we are sitting in heavenly places in Christ Jesus, sitting, eating kingdom food, sitting with the Master. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And while we here on earth, the word says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor seed begging bread. Hallelujah. Jonathan ain't good. Now, that membership will eat good. Now, his children will eat good. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor seed begging bread. Show some kindness. God did it intentionally. He intentionally sent Jesus. He intentionally sent his son. To die for us. Jesus intentionally took the beating. Jesus intentionally went to the cross. Jesus intentionally died on the cross. Jesus intentionally allowed him to bury him in a grave. After 3 days and 3 nights, he intentionally got up. All the dirt that person did. all this. God intentionally.
Yes.
Glory to God.
Yes. My God.
Intentionally. David showed it to his enemy's family. We don't have no enemies in this house.
Well.
Everyone stand. Everyone standing. Give somebody a hug next to you.